I've read every fucking theory on how they built those pyramids. The Great Pyramid of Giza has 2,300,000 stones in it. Some of them they weigh between 2 and 80 tons. Some of them are cut from a quarry that's hundreds of miles away. These things point, that pyramid is shaped perfectly. Like, if you fucked up like a quarter inch there, a half inch here, by the time you get to the top, that thing's a mess. But meanwhile, it's not. It's perfect. It's also perfectly aligned to true north, south, east, and west. And they're not really sure how old it is. They think they date it to 2,500 BC, but that's just because of organic particles that they pulled from inside stones. But they also say that they probably could have sealed those stones and resealed those stones over time. You're dealing with like a gigantic mystery of unfathomable proportion.
Conspiracy theories that will change your perspective on life. The last one is the most shocking. The Big Bounce theory. It states that if the Big Bang occurred from nothing, then there will be no changing fact the next time the universe is created. This means that when our universe ends and another is created, it will be created in the exact same way with the exact same galaxies, planets, and species. If this is true, our entire universe is in an endless cycle of creating and destroying itself, and you will be born into every universe endlessly. You can actually see who blocks you on TikTok. It's the first person that appears when you click share and more. The real reason Apple removed the headphone jack was to try to remove Square Pay systems as a competitor for Apple Pay. Ancestry DNA and the rest of those ancestry websites are run by the government to have access to people's DNA across reference crimes, etc. The food we have been eating in the United States is a huge part of the mental illness going on today. Like and follow for more interesting yet mind-bending conspiracies.
There are people living inside of the Earth. It's true. New information from NASA states that there is a large ocean beneath the Earth's crust, after scientists detected movement below the surface. Around 500 miles below, a large supply of water has been found stored in a rock named ringwoodite. But it gets even crazier. Scientists say that this rock is so huge that it contains 3 times the amount of water on the Earth's surface. This causes many to believe that there is more down there than we originally thought, possibly even civilizations. While the news of this discovery was over 10 years ago, it was never talked about. Is the government hiding this information from us? What do you think?
Yo, check this out. So, the United States just discovered the specific place where hell is on Earth. No way. In the quiet town of Eldridge Hollow, nestled deep within the Appalachian Mountains, a dark secret caught the attention of government agent Emma Blackwell. Reports of strange occurrences and bizarre weather patterns led her to an ancient cavern system beneath the town. As she descended into the darkness, she stumbled upon a portal to a realm that seemed to be the very embodiment of hell on Earth. Emma encountered the scariest thing any human could ever imagine. As she went deeper and lower into the dark landscapes, she could sense the presence of grotesque creatures, evidence that this was no ordinary underground cavern. Fire-burning pools of lava, the sound of fallen angles screaming in her ears. Fearing the implications of such a discovery, she covertly recorded the eerie journey on her handheld camera, and strange symbols adorned the walls, hinting at an ancient and supernatural force. Eldridge Hollow became the center of this interdimensional catastrophe, and Emma realized the government was attempting to cover up their involvement. With the truth in her possession, Emma couldn't trust anyone. She decided to leak the video evidence to the public, but fearing for her safety, she devised a unique plan. Instead of releasing the video directly, she is allowing us to share the video with our followers. So comment down below the words "conspiracy syrup," and we will send you the video through DM.
This is the world's largest conspiracy theory iceberg, and in this TikTok, we're gonna go through each and every single one. Moving on, we got the McFly code. This theory basically states that Back to the Future and all of its sequels predicted the future. Basically what the theory says is that by hiding images within the movie, they were able to basically warn the future or maybe set the future in motion. Some people go as far as to say that this even predicts 9/11. as well as other disasters that happened. But what is believed is by putting these things in the movie, they actually set course human history to make these things happen. Virtual reality, flat screen TVs, Google Glass, holograms. And some people think that this has a much bigger meaning to it. But as you know, we got a long way to go, cuz
This is not a conspiracy. This is scary. So in 2018, scientists discovered a black hole 16 million light years away. They were watching it literally swallow a star. Black hole.
And where is it going?
Listen to this. What they thought they knew of black holes, well, they don't know a lot, but it's just like stuff gets sucked into it because it's just this mad force of gravitational pull that just sucks everything in.
Yeah.
This year, it was 3 years after they discovered this. This year, they looked at the same black hole and it was spitting the star back out. Like, so light and stuff was coming out of this black hole. Just like, so it was like regurgitating this star.
Just
But,
recycling it.
Like broken apart though. So it's like, what's on the other side of that black hole?
It was the star was broken.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought a star was just a ball of gas.
it is.
It chewed him.
But light and stuff was coming out of it. Like, so it was like it sucked the star in with the light, like the fire, all that, whatever a star is, and it was spitting it straight back out.
Could Donald Trump and his family be time travelers? There are very strange coincidences between Trump's life and two 19th century books by Ingersoll Lockwood. In Baron Trump's marvelous underground journey, the main character, named Baron Trump, shares a name with Trump's son and is depicted as a wealthy boy guided by a mentor named Don. In the story, Baron Trump explores hidden realms with an odd link to Russia, adding an uncanny detail considering Trump's alleged Russia ties. Lockwood's second book, The Last President, describes an outsider's election that sparks chaos in New York, mirroring protests around Trump's 2016 win. Some take these as predictions of Trump's rise, suggesting he or his family might possess future knowledge. Trump's uncle, John G. Trump, was also a prominent scientist who studied Nikola Tesla's inventions, leading some to wonder if he uncovered secrets of time travel.
So the conspiracy theory is that Disney created the movie Frozen as a distraction from the rumor that Walt Disney was cryogenically frozen. So now if you Google Disney Frozen, the movie pops up, not things about Walt Disney being cryogenically frozen.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
So I'm like, that's amazing. And I honestly think it's true.
I mean, think about Frozen. Has anyone wanted to hear that story? Okay.
No one was
They're pushing
asking for
Frozen,
that.
Okay.
They've pushed Frozen harder than any other Disney movie.
Won Oscars.
And there was a dark truth behind it.
Yeah.
And that's what we're learning today.
And I didn't like Frozen. I'm going to say why.
Oh,
I didn't watch it because every musical theater was obsessed.
I know
The
it.
theater person was obsessed with it. And I was like,
it got to be too much.
I'm more of a Tangled, except for the horror show. That little horror show ended when she
cut off her
hair and
became
it
like
turned
a
brown.
brunette with like a little tiny bang look.
That was worse than Scream.
That was like
movie.
sick.
When they cut her hair and it turned brown, I was like,
And wait, and that's the end?
That's the end. That's the happy ending. That's the worst thing I've ever seen happen to a woman.
Very few people know that the world's highest security prison is located deep in the mountains of Colorado. PX Florence is a modern-day Alcatraz that holds 490 of the world's worst human beings. Nobody has escaped it, and nobody likely will. Nobody from outside has ever seen what the place actually looks like, but it's known to have 3 different security levels. The first houses majority of the inmates, second holds Islamic extremists, and the last one, range 14, only holds 3 inmates. Who do you think they're holding there?
What's up, fuckers? I made a video a week ago talking about the sun and how it feels a little different. The rays come off different. A lot of people call me stupid, a conspiracy theorist. Do y'all remember when that submarine sank down at the bottom and imploded with a bunch of rich people? I question that as well. Same thing, conspiracy theorist. Now former President Trump has an assassination attempt on him. And everyone that came at me for being a conspiracy theorist is now becoming a conspiracy theorist. Here's my take. I disagree with a lot of people on this app about the Trump shooting. I don't think this is a conspiracy at all. I think the dude had a twisted mind, wanted to take the former president out, and took a shot. A lot of mistakes were made by the Secret Service, by the staffing there. But 150 yards, if you're a good shooter, is not a hard shot. How he got up there, I don't know, but I just think someone fucked up. At the end of the day, I'm not mad at anybody for questioning the shooting and how it happened and what came up, the theories behind it. We should be questioning shit that's happening in this world. I want y'all to watch the sunrise tomorrow and tell me what you see. Much love, fuckers.
Let's talk about fairies, part 2. Now, the ones I'll be covering today are the European fairies. Now, these are the ones that are known in the Irish and Scottish folklore. I have to be specific because there are very different fairies in different cultures, and they symbolize completely different things. And I'll be discussing all of them for y'all because this is one of my favorite topics. Now, let's get into it. These fairies are known to be the very demonic ones, the ones that are known to be tricksters. Now, there is no logical reason to why these specific fairies are very demonic, but my theory is they're pissed because they had to be brought to another plane, to another realm. Now, in a way, these are our ancestors. These are the ancestors. They've been here long before us, centuries before us, just roaming around the forest, happy. Then out of nowhere, people just come here disturbing the land, littering and chopping down trees and just doing everything to just disturb it and be disrespectful and not appreciate the land. So another thing is, what do people do when it's something that's supernatural or something that's out of the ordinary or not common? They experiment on it. They act like anything with a disability is just so different. So if fairies was still roaming around nowadays, they would be locked up and experimented. They will be imprisoned. They will be publicized and freak shows and all of that. So they had to go into hiding. And that is a very good reason to be pissed and to be angry and to not like humans. Now, on the show that I was discussing yesterday called True Blood, it is an older show and you can watch it on HBO Max. It talks about a lot of supernatural stuff. The main character, her name was Sookie. She was half fae. Now, she was half human, half fae, but she was mainly human. So her fairy godmother came to get her and take her to the realm of the fairy or the land of the fairy to protect her. Now, her fairy godmother was actually a good fairy. The fairy godmothers are full fae. They live in the realm of the fairy, but they watch over the people that are halflings or the half fae that lives on Earth. So they watch over them and protect them from evil. So they brought everybody, all the fairy godmothers brought all of their fairy godchildren to the land of the fae. Now, all the fairy godchildren are half fairy and half human. So they don't have the full powers and full ability, and a lot of them don't even know what their powers are. So when Sookie got to the realm of the fairy, she noticed that everybody was eating this fruit. It was called the light fruit. Now, everybody was just making it seem like this was the most amazing substance they ever eat. Like it glue up. It was beautiful, and they just was like, oh my God, it's the best thing I've ever consumed in my life. Now, so Sookie started walking around trying to mingle, and it's like a beautiful paradise of light, and just the place was just amazing. It was like it was like a fairyland, like what you imagine a fairyland to look like. Now, she noticed someone sitting down, and it was her grandfather. Her grandfather that she seen 20 years ago when she was 9 years old. Now, he looked the exact same age as he did when he left. Her and her family thought that he ran off on them, but this whole time he was in the land of the fairy, y'all. Looking the exact same age as he did when he left 20 years ago. So when she goes over there, she's like, Granddaddy, and he's like, he doesn't know who she is because last time he seen her when she was like a kid, when she was like 9 years old, and she's like almost 30 at this point. So she was like, Granddaddy, where have you, like, what are you doing? So he recognized her. He was like, I just seen you last week and it was your birthday and you just turned 9 or however old she was, but she was a kid. She was like, Granddaddy, you've been gone for over 20 years. And he was like, what? It seemed like I've been here for a few minutes. Like, I've literally just been here for a few minutes, tops, 10 minutes max. She was like, no. So he was like, I don't know. Like, I might have lost track of time. Like, he's confused because he's like, what the heck? He's like, it's just so lovely here. So that's when she started noticing something weird. She started noticing everybody that was eating the fruit. And she was like, you know what? We got to get out of here. So that's when all the fairies turned evil. And her and her granddad ran off. And she went back and she found the portal to get back to Earth, the real regular world. Now, everybody that ate the light fruit vanished. So when her granddad and her got back to the real world, they all he had vanished. He ate the light fruit. So rumor has it, if you consume anything that a fairy gives you, you will be stuck in the realm of the fae for years, and you will think you are there for a split second, and you will be there for 7 years. And rumor has it too, if you see like a ring of mushrooms, that is a fairy ring. And if you step in it, it will cause you bad luck, or you will be transported to the realm of the fae and probably there for forever, because you'll think you're there for just a few minutes, but you'll be there for years. Now, tomorrow I'll be talking about the African fairies, so stay tuned, turn your post notifications on. I'm really excited. Those are one of my favorite things that I've researched on, and I can't wait to talk about it.